Are you still packing? Fork it over.
For decades, the world watched two action titans battle for control of Hollywood, both on-screen and behind the scenes. Now at 79, Sylvester Stallone is finally opening up about Arnold Schwarzenegger, and fans are shocked by what he's revealing. Behind the blockbuster smiles and public jokes was a rivalry driven by ego, pressure, and a non-stop hunger to win. For the first time, Stallone is looking back at what really went down between them, what he truly thought of Arnold all those years, and how their connection changed in private. It all traces back to 1977, a year that quietly shaped Stallone's future. At the 34th Golden Globe Awards, Rocky had exploded worldwide with 6 nominations, turning Stallone into a massive star overnight. By pure fate, he was seated next to a rising force who would soon become his biggest rival and, oddly enough, one of his greatest motivators, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Reports say the competition sparked instantly. What began as playful teasing quickly sharpened. As the night went on, Schwarzenegger won New Star of the Year for Stay Hungry, while Rocky kept losing category after category. Stallone later hinted that Arnold seemed to enjoy the moment, and that only made the tension worse. When Rocky finally grabbed its only win, Stallone got emotional and threw a decorative bowl of flowers toward Arnold, creating a dramatic scene that felt like a warning of the battle ahead. Instead of backing down, Stallone doubled down. He wanted full creative control. He had already proven himself as an actor and writer, but now he aimed to run the entire show. In 1978, he wrote, directed, and starred in Paradise Alley. Reviews were mixed, but it marked a bold step in his evolution. Then in 1979, Rocky II restored his momentum and reminded everyone he knew how to connect with audiences. Not long after, he introduced another icon. Inspired by David Morrell's novel First Blood, Stallone took control of the adaptation and starred as John Rambo in 1982. The story of a troubled Vietnam veteran clashing with small-town authorities hit hard with viewers. Many critics believed Stallone added emotional depth the novel struggled to show, earning him even more respect in the industry. Even with Rambo's rise, Rocky stayed a cultural force. Playing both characters at the same time demanded serious discipline. Stallone trained 6 days a week, pushing his body to extreme conditioning levels to maintain 2 totally different looks. Throughout the 1980s, he balanced both franchises. In 1985 alone, he released Rambo, First Blood Part 2 and Rocky IV, locking in his status as one of Hollywood's most dominant action stars. Over the years, he would play Rocky and Rambo across 13 films. But the action came with real risks. During Rocky IV, Stallone told co-star Dolph Lundgren, who played Ivan Drago, to hit him for real during a fight scene. The punch caused severe internal injuries and sent Stallone to the hospital. The price of realism was no joke. Meanwhile, the off-screen rivalry with Schwarzenegger kept heating up. Both men tried to outdo each other with bigger explosions, heavier weapons, and more outrageous action scenes. Stallone later described their relationship as intensely competitive and openly hostile. Arnold would admit the competition pushed them to go bigger and louder, turning their films into massive spectacles fans couldn't resist. The battle for dominance became a defining part of 1980s action cinema. The tension even spilled into interviews. In 1985, Schwarzenegger told a British tabloid that Stallone often relied on stunt doubles, a claim that reportedly irritated Stallone and added more friction to their feud. While his career soared, Stallone's personal life began to crack. His marriage to Sasha Chak, which had survived his early struggles, started to fall apart under fame and pressure. They divorced in February 1985. By the end of that same year, Stallone was already in a new, highly publicized romance with model and aspiring actress Brigitte Nielsen. She boldly slipped a photo of herself under his Manhattan hotel room door with a direct message asking to meet. Stallone was instantly intrigued and contacted her that night. Their connection exploded into a fast-moving romance. They married in 1985, just months after meeting. Friends believed they were deeply infatuated. But the intense relationship burned out quickly. After only 19 months, the marriage ended, sparking rumors about infidelity and career ambition. Both denied the speculation. Years later, Nielsen admitted the marriage was a mistake for both of them and said it eventually became bitter and painful. Through rivalries, risks, and personal chaos, Stallone built a legacy defined by competition, ambition, and relentless drive. And now, decades later, the truth behind that fierce battle is finally coming to light. As many fast celebrity marriages do, Stallone's relationship with Brigitte Nielsen crashed just as quickly as it started. But even after another public breakup, his love life stayed in the headlines. After splitting from Nielsen, he began dating model Jennifer Flavin in 1988. Their relationship lasted 6 years, much longer than his previous marriage, but it ended in serious controversy. The breakup exploded when Stallone admitted he had secretly been involved with model Janice Dickinson. At the time, Dickinson claimed she was pregnant and believed Stallone was the father, creating a media frenzy that put his private life on full blast. Around this same period, his competitive mindset seemed to spill from Hollywood into his personal world, making everything more intense and dramatic. By the late 1980s, the action movie throne had turned into a two-man war between Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Both were dropping massive hits and building global fan armies. But just as Arnold's power was rising, a shocking scandal threatened to damage his name. A British tabloid, News of the World, published an explosive story suggesting Schwarzenegger had sympathies tied to Germany's Third Reich. The article focused on claims about his father, Gustav Schwarzenegger, accusing him of involvement in Nazi war crimes. The accusations spread fast and caused outrage. Arnold strongly denied the claims and criticized the attack on his family history. Investigations later showed the story had been heavily manipulated. While his father had served in Austria during World War II, there was no credible evidence linking him to Holocaust crimes. Arnold, born after the war, had publicly spoken against Nazi ideology many times, making the claims even more controversial. The drama escalated when Arnold filed a libel lawsuit against the article's author, Wendy Lee. During the legal fight, Lee claimed one of her sources had allegedly been Sylvester Stallone, and that he may have helped with legal expenses. Whether driven by rivalry or frustration, the accusation suggested just how personal their competition had become. Stories also surfaced about Stallone refusing to tolerate reminders of Arnold. In one reported incident, he allegedly demanded a nightclub remove a photo of Schwarzenegger from the wall, threatening to leave if it stayed up. The rivalry had shifted from professional ambition to something emotional and raw. As the 1990s began, Stallone's career hit turbulence. Rocky V was meant to close the beloved franchise on a high note, reuniting him with director John G. Avildsen. Instead, the film disappointed fans and critics, becoming one of the weakest entries in the series. Then came the 1992 action comedy Stop, or My Mom Will Shoot. The project became infamous. Stallone reportedly pursued the role after hearing Arnold might want it, only to later believe Arnold had exaggerated interest to lure him into accepting a weak script. The film underperformed, and Stallone later called it one of his biggest career regrets. His personal life faced more chaos. After ending things with Jennifer Flavin, Stallone became engaged to Janice Dickinson, believing she was carrying his child. Then came a shocking twist. A DNA test confirmed he was not the father. The engagement ended immediately, adding emotional strain during an already rocky time. Professionally, the mid-1990s offered limited relief. Judge Dredd in 1995 struggled in the US, though it performed better overseas. But something positive was quietly happening behind the scenes. After years apart, Stallone and Jennifer Flavin reconnected. The past drama slowly faded, and by 1997, they married. Together, they built a stable family life and welcomed 3 daughters, marking a calmer chapter for Stallone. At the same time, something unexpected happened with Arnold. As the 1990s closed, both stars saw their box office dominance slow down. That shared reality seemed to cool their feud. Gradually, they shifted from bitter rivals to professional collaborators. By 2000, rumors swirled that they were open to working together. Still, the early 2000s were tough for Stallone. Get Carter in 2000 received harsh criticism and struggled financially. Other projects failed to reignite his momentum. Then, in 2001, he faced one of the most serious controversies of his life when a woman named Margie Carr accused him of sexual assault, claiming the incident happened the previous year. Stallone firmly denied the allegations. His legal team stated that the accuser had previously tried to sell her story to a tabloid. The claims brought heavy media attention, but he continued working while maintaining his innocence. Determined to reclaim his legacy, Stallone returned to Rocky. In 2006, he wrote, directed, and starred in Rocky Balboa. The film was widely seen as a redemption for the franchise, earning strong reviews and impressive box office success. It reminded audiences why Rocky meant so much and proved Stallone still had heart. By the late 2000s, he fully embraced his status as an action legend. In 2010, he created The Expendables, writing, directing, and starring in the film. The project united major action stars, including Jason Statham, Terry Crews, and even Schwarzenegger himself. The movie became a commercial hit and symbolized how far Stallone and Arnold had come, moving from fierce enemies to mutual collaborators. But the physical toll was real. During filming, Stallone, already in his mid-60s, insisted on performing intense stunts. While shooting a fight scene with Steve Austin, he suffered a severe neck injury that required surgery and a metal plate insertion. It was a brutal reminder of decades spent pushing his body to the limit. By 2013, after years of rivalry, scandal, redemption, and resilience, Stallone remained one of Hollywood's most recognized action icons. Yet even after surviving professional wars and personal storms, new controversies were beginning to emerge, showing that life in the spotlight never truly slows down. Reports revealed that Stallone had been making monthly payments to his half-sister, Tony Ann Felitti, while also covering her psychiatric and medical expenses. At first, it looked like simple family support, but things turned messy fast when she allegedly threatened legal action, claiming Stallone had mistreated her. The situation escalated behind closed doors, and Stallone eventually reached a financial settlement with her. Even after the payout, his representatives strongly denied her accusations. They claimed the payments were made under pressure and said she had tried to blackmail him while struggling with substance addiction. The conflict became painfully public when members of Stallone's own family, including his mother, defended him. What started as private support turned into a dramatic family battle in the spotlight. After the controversy cooled down, Stallone refocused on his career. Though many believed Rocky Balboa in 2006 was the perfect farewell, Stallone felt the story wasn't finished. In 2015, he returned in Creed, directed by Ryan Coogler. The film followed the son of Apollo Creed, with Rocky stepping into a mentor role. Reboots can be risky, but this one hit hard. Creed became both a critical and commercial success, and Stallone earned major praise for his emotional performance as an aging Rocky. It was a powerful comeback moment. But just as his career found new momentum, old allegations resurfaced. In 2016, media reports brought attention to a 1986 police report involving claims made by a 16-year-old girl at the time. The report described alleged misconduct during the filming of Over the Top in Las Vegas. According to the report, she claimed she had been in a hotel room with Stallone and his bodyguard, and described encounters that left her feeling distressed. She said she had filed a report back then, but chose not to pursue charges. When the story resurfaced decades later, Stallone's representatives firmly denied the allegations, calling them completely false. His former wife, Brigitte Nielsen, also publicly supported him, stating she had been with him during that period and did not believe the claims. No charges were filed, and the case did not move forward, but the report sparked intense public debate. In 2017, another woman alleged that Stallone had assaulted her during a meeting in the 1990s. The Santa Monica Police Department confirmed they received a complaint and reviewed the matter before sending it to prosecutors. Stallone's legal team strongly denied the accusations, stating the claims were fabricated. After reviewing the evidence, the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office declined to file charges, citing insufficient evidence. Still, the repeated headlines added more pressure to his public image. Through all of this, Stallone's marriage to Jennifer Flavin appeared stable for many years. They had overcome earlier challenges and built a family together. But in 2022, news broke that Flavin filed for divorce, shocking many who saw them as one of Hollywood's stronger couples. Speculation exploded online after fans noticed that a tattoo of Flavin on Stallone's arm had been covered with an image of his late dog, Butkus. Rumors spread fast, with some suggesting arguments over personal matters caused the split. The media ran wild with the story. Stallone later addressed the situation publicly. He dismissed claims that the separation was over something small and spoke respectfully about Flavin. He made it clear the situation was more complicated than gossip suggested. Then came a twist no one expected. Just 1 month after the divorce filing became public, the couple announced they had reconciled. Representatives said they met privately, talked through their issues, and chose to repair their marriage. Stallone later admitted that his intense focus on work may have strained their relationship. He described the period as emotionally tough but eye-opening. It forced him to rethink his priorities and recognize that family mattered more than career glory. After decades of rivalries, scandals, comebacks, and personal battles, Stallone's life has mirrored the dramatic stories he played on screen. Through it all, he kept fighting, both in Hollywood and at home. And now, at 79, as he reflects on his journey and even his rivalry with Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's clear the biggest lessons didn't come from the spotlight, but from the struggles behind it. Long before Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger became global action kings, both came from humble beginnings. Stallone grew up in a modest household and, believe it or not, he was a painfully shy kid nicknamed Binky. That quiet child doesn't exactly scream future action superstar. Schwarzenegger's childhood looked even tougher. He was raised in a small working-class village in Austria, where comfort and luxury were rare. Life was strict and simple, but even as boys, both felt pulled towards something bigger than their surroundings. Stallone had a wild imagination. He loved superheroes so much that he once tried to imitate Superboy by attempting a risky jump he believed would make him fly. It showed just how badly he wanted to be extraordinary. Arnold's dream was clear and focused. He wanted out of his small town and aimed straight for America. Both boys shared the same early inspiration: Hercules. Stallone was mesmerized watching bodybuilder Steve Reeves play Hercules on screen. That image of strength and power stuck with him for years and shaped how he saw masculinity and success. Meanwhile, Schwarzenegger covered his bedroom walls with posters of Reeves and Reg Park, another Hercules actor and bodybuilding legend. Arnold studied Park's journey and built his own plan around it. Eventually, he even met Park and turned his childhood idol into a mentor. That's next-level dedication. With such similar dreams, you'd think Stallone and Schwarzenegger would have teamed up early. Instead, their connection exploded into rivalry. One of their first major public clashes came at the 34th Golden Globe Awards in 1977. Stallone walked in riding the massive wave of Rocky, already a household name. Arnold was nominated for New Star of the Year for Stay Hungry. Both knew that award meant momentum. Stallone had struggled for years before Rocky hit big. Arnold had battled rejection trying to move from bodybuilding into acting. When Arnold won, the tension became obvious. Stallone reportedly felt the sting. Later that night, when Rocky won Best Motion Picture, Drama, Stallone tossed a bouquet of flowers toward Arnold in a dramatic gesture that symbolized the birth of their legendary feud. By the early 1980s, Hollywood was hunting for a new kind of hero. Bigger, stronger, more intense. Stallone delivered Rambo in First Blood in 1982. Arnold answered with Conan the Barbarian. From that point on, their rivalry became part of their brand. The competition even shaped their movies. In Commando, changes were reportedly made to increase the action intensity. Arnold later admitted he measured his on-screen impact against Stallone's. Even in Terminator 2, he noticed the reduced kill count and felt competitive about it. That's how deep the comparison ran. Their personal lives overlapped too, especially with Danish model and actress Brigitte Nielsen. She was briefly involved with Schwarzenegger during Red Sonja in 1985. The relationship was short. Later, Nielsen and Stallone jumped into a whirlwind romance, leaving their previous marriages and quickly marrying each other. The media couldn't look away, but the marriage unraveled fast. Reports described tension, public scrutiny, and over-the-top gestures. Within 2 years, it ended in divorce. Years later, Nielsen admitted they rushed into it without understanding the pressure of fame. Everything moved too fast under bright lights. The rivalry didn't stay private. It spilled into their films. In Twins, 1988, Arnold's character glances at a Rambo poster and casually dismisses it. Subtle, but sharp. Stallone fired back in Tango and Cash with jokes aimed at Conan and even his own Rambo image. It became a playful but pointed exchange on screen. Behind the humor, though, the dislike was real. Both later admitted it wasn't just friendly competition. It was ego, ambition, and a hunger to dominate. They reportedly avoided being in the same room. Interviews became battlegrounds. Arnold once described that era as relentless, saying they targeted each other's weaknesses publicly. It was a full-blown media war. Then came a twist nobody expected. In the 1990s, alongside Bruce Willis, they became part owners of Planet Hollywood. Suddenly, the rivals were business partners. They promoted the restaurant chain worldwide, using their star power to draw crowds. At first, it was a smash success. The brand exploded internationally, and Stallone's stake was once estimated around $65 million. But rapid expansion brought trouble. Hard Rock Cafe accused Planet Hollywood of copying its model. Critics attacked the food quality. By 1999, the company filed for bankruptcy. Arnold stepped away in 2000 and Stallone followed. Financially, it stumbled. But surprisingly, the partnership helped cool their rivalry. Business forced them to cooperate. For years, fans hoped they would share the big screen. Rumors popped up again and again. At one point, there was even talk of both appearing in a Quentin Tarantino project. It never happened, but the idea showed how badly audiences wanted to see them together. Finally, in 2009, the long wait ended. Arnold agreed to appear in Stallone's ensemble film The Expendables. At the time, Arnold was governor of California, making the cameo even more surprising. He filmed his scene quickly alongside Bruce Willis. When The Expendables hit theaters in 2010, it marked the official start of their on-screen alliance. Arnold returned for sequels. In 2013, they finally shared leading roles in Escape Plan, something fans had dreamed about for decades. The tension that once defined them transformed into respect. Today, the former rivals often appear together on social media, joking, celebrating, and supporting causes. The hostility faded into playful teasing. Stallone has said their rivalry pushed both of them to higher levels. Without that competition, maybe neither would have reached the same heights. He has even suggested that their era of physically dominant action heroes may be the end of a chapter in Hollywood history. In his words, they're like the last survivors of a powerful species. From shy Binky and a determined Austrian village kid to global legends who battled, clashed, and finally united, their story is bigger than rivalry. It's about ambition, ego, growth, and respect earned the hard way.